This day in time. What happened today, years ago?
A day that became about Union victory, but also for some, a day of really enduring pain.
Yes, we're talking about Vicksburg, 1863.
Set the scene for us. The Civil War is raging.
It is, and Vicksburg, Mississippi is crucially important. Why? Because it was basically the last major Confederate stronghold that controlled the Mississippi River.
The whole river.
Pretty much. It gave them command over a huge stretch. And that river was a vital waterway for supplies, for communication, for everything. So for the Union, taking Vicksburg was a top strategic priority.
Because it would split the Confederacy.
Exactly. Capturing it would effectively cut the Confederacy in two, severing the western states from the eastern ones. A major blow.
And how did it play out? Was it a quick battle?
Not at all. The campaign for Vicksburg was long, it was arduous, it was complex. Union forces, led by General Ulysses S. Grant,
Right, okay.
they successfully besieged the city. That started in late May 1863. And a siege back then meant, well, continuous shelling, brutal conditions inside the city, and eventually severe food shortages. Starvation became a real threat.
Grim.
Very grim. Ultimately, the Confederate forces under General John C. Pemberton, they just couldn't hold out any longer. They were forced to surrender to Grant and the Union Army.
And the date of that surrender?
July 4th, 1863.
Independence Day again. How significant was this surrender, particularly coming, as I recall, right after another huge battle?
Yes, that's key. Vicksburg's fall on July 4th, combined with the massive Union victory up at Gettysburg, which has just ended the day before on July 3rd.
Right, Gettysburg.
Those two events, back to back, are widely considered the decisive turning point of the entire Civil War.
Really the turning point.
Many historians argue yes. It gave the Union complete control of the Mississippi River, finally achieved that strategic goal of splitting the Confederacy, and it dealt just a severe blow to the South's ability to fight and, importantly, its morale. It really shifted the momentum of the war.
You also mentioned enduring pain, though. What's the story there?
Well, there's an interesting kind of somber detail. General Pemberton, the Confederate commander, he was actually a Northerner by birth, serving the South.
Oh, interesting.
And he specifically chose July 4th, Independence Day, as the date for the surrender.
Why would he do that?
Part of his calculation, it's believed, was hoping maybe to get more lenient, more generous surrender terms from Grant, appealing to that sense of shared nationhood, perhaps.
Did it work?
The terms were relatively standard for the time, but the symbolism for the people of Vicksburg, surrendering their city on the nation's birthday, it was deeply humiliating.
I can imagine.
So much so that the city of Vicksburg didn't officially celebrate the 4th of July for many, many decades after the war ended. Almost 80 years, in fact.
Wow. That's a powerful reminder of how deep those wounds were and how